The director of the camp at that time was a gentleman named jonertha, who was a school teacher from the Boston area, Newton, Massachusetts. And he had a concept of which was to have a youth-run camp.
He had a passionate commitment to bringing out creativity and leadership in young people.
He had such a strong vision.
One of the things John taught us, I think, was that if there isn't any danger going on, there isn't any learning.
Jonertha was the director of Homestead from 1965 to 1967, I believe. And in those few summers, he trained a group of young counselors in his approach of having a youth-run camp and having a community, camp as a community where people were able to do things and attempt things that they never might have done before. He had some radical ideas about youth empowerment.
He brought something that a kind of free spirit that John was very much into dramatics and getting the kids into plays. I remember they did The Lord of the Flies under John's direction, and that's quite a difficult play to do, and it was good.
You know, he tossed people into situations where they had no expertise and believed that they had no talent. And regardless of how you do in performing, you're going to learn a tremendous amount about yourself in the process. And I saw him do it. He did it with me. I saw him do it with dozens of people. And it worked.
If you were 9 years old and you had a gift or a skill that you wanted to share with people through a workshop, you could do it. Anybody can be a leader.
It didn't matter. It just did not matter. As long as you had the capacity and the willingness to step out and say, I can lead in this way.
One of the years that I was at Homestead, our camp manager was handling all of the business affairs, was 16.
And then there were other leaders later who were a little bit more directive. And in fact, the reason I stopped going was because I didn't see, I was very attached to the way that Johnny had done things. So
there were different directors who had different philosophies, and there were, I remember, some significant battles with the new directors, because they basically came in with some of their own ideas, and some of those ideas were a little bit contradictory to what we felt Homestead was about.